The name of the game today is Diamond Lakes and Rocky Mountain Summit. It's extremely hot today, very sweaty. I'm the only one wearing a shirt, if that gives you an idea. And so far it's looking very beautiful though. Trail, pretty easy I would say so far. Now we're just enjoying the views. To give a bit more background to, we'll be spending the next few days in Wānaka. Still haven't learned how it's pronounced, but I'll get there. And just doing a lot of trails out here. But today's the easy one, and then we'll be swimming. So it's going to be a good time in this area. So follow along and hope you enjoy it too. Well, it was recommended to go counterclockwise on the summit part. I can kind of see why. Very overgrown, hard to see where you're stepping. Early review. These types of hikes are definitely a favorite of our team here. Great views all the way up. Lots of wildlife, birds and bees and whatnot chirping. And yeah, amazing views. Say it twice to make it true. The hard part of the loop is now complete. So halfway done, summited, looked beautiful, lots of views. Lots of pics taken, lots of video taken. And I'm also out of water, so we'll begin the somewhat swift exit from this trail and go for a dip. Can't wait. Just watched back one of the clips for the first time today, and I did realize my outfit looks pretty awful. But you know what? It's all about sun protection. So I'm spreading the good word. So far I'm in agreement with the all trails recommenders of the counterclockwise route, because the side going down now, the western side, pretty much just nice dirt and grass, heavily switchbacked route. So definitely the easier side. Going up and down this side would probably be remarkably easier, but the other side had those amazing views, so Personally, I'd still recommend it as a loop. And it wasn't overly challenging, so yeah, good trail, enjoying this. A bit of shadowy bliss here. It probably feels like 5-10 degrees cooler under these cliffs. Pretty nice. Well, I'm pretty deep onto the retread trail now, so I think we can wrap this up, especially since I'm alone now and it's very awkward filming in front of people. So yeah, this trail, what do I say? Difficulty, maybe a 2. Yeah, not hard at all really, and it only takes less than 3 hours to do the full loop. But views, very good. I would say like 4 out of 5. So pretty memorable, easily worthwhile, not too far from Wanaka. So if you have the chance, do it. Morning from Wānaka. So here is day 2. Today's summit will be Roy's Peak. So obviously one of the most famous hikes in New Zealand. Pretty excited for it. Originally, I'd planned to do this around dusk for what I would expect would be the most pristine views. But we're here instead in the morning, hopefully to beat the crowds. We'll see how that goes. We're just on our way to the parking lot now, so follow along and let's do this. Safe to say we did not beat the crowds. So far the claims were pretty accurate that the trail is quote-unquote easy, in that it's pretty stable, not a whole lot of loose rocks to trip on by comparison, and extremely wide. However, also pretty steep, so you know, there's a bit of a trade-off there. It's always kind of shocking to me how amazing the views can get within even an hour. So that's well seen here. Just zigzagging up this hill, and it looks more and more awesome each time. My current conundrum is as follows. I just checked all trails. I'm about 40% of the way. I've long since abandoned my hiking companions, so it's a bit of a bummer. But also, The sun is extremely high, so it's starting to look quite hazy. My dreamy pictures I was imagining kind of seem like a distant memory. So what I'm considering is actually doing this again at night. Although when I say that, I don't mean like night, but maybe starting around 4. No, that's too early. Let's say 6. Just so I can be here for dusk and when Arslan and Anya are off doing their own thing. So, might change my mind once I get up there if I feel like doing the whole thing again. But as of right now, I don't find it super challenging, just a bit time consuming. So the amount of sheep up here is unfathomable. I quite enjoy it, but I don't know what I was expecting. They give a good ambiance. Still a ways to go. Things are still looking good, but the lack of shade is getting to me a little bit, so time for a quick water break and then the final push. It's quite windy up here, obviously. Maybe you can hear though. Anyways, I think my dream to do this again in the evening is dead because it's extremely beautiful as is. And I'm trying to find that balance between, understanding the fact that this is a vacation and not like some sort of photo mission, which sometimes is a struggle because I do find it very fun to get that kind of photo album cover type of image, but yeah, this is just for enjoyment. So got some great footage here, very happy. Now we're headed back down. We're making good progress down, so I'll do my usual review. In terms of difficulty, I would say probably a 2-star. Super wide lanes, easy to pass people, hard to fall. Some steep sections, but if you pace yourself, it's not that much of a problem. The downsides, however, is the sun exposure. So I tend to drink a ton on the trail, so having at least 2 liters I would recommend. And what else? Yeah, so difficulty is a 2. The views, I would say probably 5 out of 5. It's got amazing peaks all surrounding the area, and the kind of walkout viewpoint is just iconic, so you can't go wrong with that. And I still can't remember what my 3rd criteria is for trails, but hopefully someday I do, and I'll add it in here. One other thing, because it's so dry out here, the dust blowing around from the wind is absolutely insane. I almost wish I had goggles or something, so that's a fun treat. That'll pretty much do it for day 2 at Wānaka. And I'm looking forward to swimming again. Maybe you'll see a glimpse of that before I wrap things up officially. Right behind me here, you can see the Wanaka Tree. It's a little bit crazy, but not as hectic as I was expecting. So got some good video and trying to distract myself because right now I'm feeling a lot of FOMO because on the Roy's Peak track, never actually went to the peak. So kind of mad at myself. For some reason, I was not very excited when we saw the sign of the path split. So I said, forget about it. It adds an extra hour. Why bother? But I'm really regretting that now. So trying to distract myself by looking at this beautiful tree. So it's going all right. Here is day 3 in the Wānaka region. Today's a little bit different because I'm riding solo. So Arslan and Anya just dropped me off at the trailhead here for Isthmus Peak. Got some breakfast in the form of bread and cheese. Oh, it's kind of dry. And now I'm hitting the trail. A little background on this trail. A lot of people are considering it to be like a younger brother or a less popular replacement for Roy's Peak. I can kind of see why. Similar distance, similar elevation, and all of those sorts of things. But this one has some tree cover. Kind of cool. Not noticing too much else so far, but nice views of the lake. Looking pretty good over there. Trail's pretty nice so far. The one thing I'm regretting from my sleepy stupor getting prepared for the trail, forgot my hiking pole. So I'm just going slow and steady because I don't want my knees to fall apart for all the other trails that we have planned for the next week. So that's the game plan. Trying to take it slow, appreciate what I can, riding solo. Okay, even though it's super cloudy, these views are looking pretty stellar. So getting very excited to get to the top and take some time lapses, my new favorite thing. Views are looking amazing. Sun's coming out a little bit, but there's not a lick of wind, so completely drenched in sweat. Yeah, feels great. Okay, I got tricked by another false peak, so a bit further to go, but had a nice water break, feeling refreshed. And yeah, the views out this way are absolutely bananas. Layers of mountains look amazing. Spent some time at the summit here. Looks pretty dang nice. Not too bad for a few hours on the trail. I'm kind of worried about missing my pickup time, so I'm gonna hit the trail back down now. I had my snacks, had my water break, threw on the jacket because it's pretty windy up here. And I'll enjoy the same views, but now with a bit of sun. I think the wind's died down a bit here, so I'll do my usual reviews. So first of all, trail difficulty, I'd say a solid 2. It's a bit easier than the Roy's Peak Trail. The steep sections are not as steep, and otherwise it's very similar. So not too bad that way. I was really taking my time, so I think it took maybe between 3 and 4 hours for me to hit the summit. But, you know, not a huge amount of time, and the way down will be extremely easy. The views, really amazing, because you're overlooking one lake over here, different lake on this side, and both look awesome. So, maybe 4 out of 5 on that front. I would happily recommend this. Easy half day, I would say. Well, maybe not easy necessarily, but not that difficult.
Always know that you make me smile.